Yeezy and Adidas parting ways has been an ongoing ordeal for a while now. It started out with mainly Kanye West going after Adidas. I don't really think Adidas said anything. But this latest development could mean that the sneaker we're going to take a look at today could be one of the last from this collaboration. Here we have the box. I feel like I haven't seen one of these in a while. It's pretty straightforward though. 700 on the front, Boost on the side, and then you've got all of your little details around the corners. Let's slide these open and let me show you guys a sneaker that I'm actually really excited to take a look at. It is the Yeezy 700 MNVN Laceless Analog. Here they are, looking super clean. Now these are following the previous colorway, the Phosphor, which I always thought was a pretty random release. They just kind of re-released the Phosphor colorway in a laceless version. But at the same time, I guess this sneaker in general is pretty random in and of itself. The MNVN just popped up one day without laces, and that was it. No explanation, just here you go, the same thing, just no laces. But nevertheless, I guess this sneaker model never really needed laces. Like what we got previously was the infinity loop that didn't really do anything except for the fact of like how they look and how laces on sneakers make the sneaker look. But in terms of functionality, laces or no laces, it doesn't really make a difference on this sneaker model. Either way, before we get too deep into everything, let me give you some of the release specifics because these actually dropped yesterday. That was October the 6th. A very kind of random drop. It's like we only just found out that this sneaker existed when Pusha T wore them, and then they just dropped a couple days later. Some sizes are still available at different retailers, not as many as the Phosphor colorway or some other Yeezy models. I mean, just based off of how people typically receive the MNVN silhouette, I kind of expected these to sit around, but clearly it's not just me that really likes this colorway. And the retail for these is £180 here in the UK or $220 if you're out in the US, which thankfully they didn't raise the price on these things. As for a Yeezy sneaker, the MNVN in particular has always been a really interesting one for me. I feel like the MNVN never really found its defining purpose in the Yeezy lineup. You look at like the Yeezy 350, that clearly has a purpose in the lineup. It's the comfortable run-around slip-on option. The 700s, V1 or V2, the more premium, chunky, fashion-forward style sneaker. Slides, foam runners, the comfortable beach-style summer sneaker. But the MNVN, I just don't think it really ever found its vibe. But I think with this laceless version, it really changes my perspective on this sneaker and the purpose of this sneaker. Like before, it was just kind of like the side MNVN version that was just a little bit different and a little bit cheaper. But now, at least to me, it seems like this sneaker is really going for ease of use and comfortability. Because when you throw these things on feet, these are incredibly comfortable. I know that they haven't done anything revolutionary with the changes on this sneaker, but it really has impacted the comfort level on this shoe for me dramatically. For starters, the upper material has, for the most part, stayed the same. At least on the outer shell portion, you still get this nylon, almost ripstop material which covers the upper. You've got a little bit of a mud guard in this rubberized plastic material. Then when you move up to this sock piece, that's where the changes really happen. Obviously, they removed the laces, but this is significantly more padded and you can really feel that cushion. It's almost like a pillow just slapped on top of your foot. The previous laced version of the MNVN had this weird thing where this medial part of the midsole could kind of dig up into the middle of your foot. I don't get that anymore. This feels completely normal like a regular 700 V1 or V2. The fact that you can just slip these things on, it no longer has that kind of flattened shape that a lot of the laced versions has. it props itself up. And I think this sneaker, now that it's laceless, is really putting it up there as one of the most comfortable sneakers in the Yeezy lineup. And the fact that it's actually remained at the same retail price that it started with, whereas with 350s, they just keep going up and up until they're getting to a pretty ridiculous price tag at this point. In terms of sizing, I personally go a half size up. Now, I do believe that there is a little bit more room in this version, so if you've tried on the previous laced version, those felt a lot tighter, at least to me personally, and now having a half size up, it still feels fine, it fits me, and I probably would stick to that, but I feel like some people with not so wide feet could definitely get away with going true to size. I think overall, it's a pretty solid sneaker for the price tag. You're getting an encased boost midsole, the upper feels pretty nice. Like, no, it's not the leathers and suedes, but I think the aspect of this sneaker, at least from a design standpoint, is a little bit different. You can tell it's going for a little bit more of a futuristic look, and I think that's what allowed the MNVN lineup to have so many of those colorful options, is the fact that they did use this material. I do believe that the fact that this doesn't have laces might throw a few people off. It just kind of looks like a sneaker that they forgot to put the lace holes in, so you just cannot put laces in it. But I just think the sad part is that we don't really know if there's going to be another version of this. We don't know if there's even going to be another colorway of this. This could be the final MNVN that we ever see. That is right, guys. Appreciate it while you can, because the latest update in the whole Adidas and Yeezy saga is the fact that Adidas has actually come out and addressed what Kanye has been talking about. Adidas recently put out an actual statement saying that they have now placed the Yeezy collaboration under review. I'm not entirely sure what under review means. It could mean a few different things. But if I had to make a guess, they're pretty much slowly winding it down, similarly to how Gap did. Now, they said in this statement that they're going to co-manage the product while this whole contract is under review. Rumored and leaked, we have a couple different Yeezy colorways and models that we're going to see upcoming this next couple months. I assume till the end of the year. We haven't really heard too much about 2023, so I imagine after that, that's pretty much it. Kanye and Adidas go their separate ways. And then if you take a look at Kanye West's response to the Adidas statement, well, yeah, you can see how he feels about it. I think he's pretty much just written it off at this point. I think it's pretty safe to say that Adidas and Yeezy is done. Now, we can speculate what happens with the collaboration after this, what happens to Yeezy and the Yeezy and Adidas sneakers, but I think all of that is for another video. So if you want to chuck your thoughts and your opinions on this topic down in the comment section, I'll use that for a future video where we discuss the future of Yeezy and Adidas. But as far as the Yeezy MNVN Laceless Analog, listen guys, this one for me personally is going straight to the toe. I like the MNVN, I like this colorway. It is, in my opinion, the best colorway that's ever been on the MNVN silhouette. I like this sneaker. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Did you go for them? Did you pass up? Thank you so much for coming through, hanging out for yet again another video. Thank you for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I'll catch you guys in the next one, but until then.